All right, welcome back to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. Mike Catalana, I'm Jenna Cottrell. We're talking preseason game number 1. The Bills winning this one against the Colts. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, as well as tell a friend.
Yes.
If you enjoy our content.
Reached 24,000 subscribers, so we're very happy. We're going to have something big when we hit 25.
We're still figuring out what that will be.
It'll be big.
All right. So the Bills getting the win here. We talked about it today. Josh Allen did not play in this one. Stephon Diggs didn't either. Kyle Allen out there operating the offense, as well as Matt Barkley. What were your general observations from today?
All right. Settle down about Kyle Allen. He's learning the offense. He's out here for the first time in a game situation. He was good in some spots.
Yeah.
Threw a couple nice balls on that drive. The one he threw, I mean, look, it was a little bit behind Shavers, goes off his hands, picked off, pick 6. It looks worse in the box score than it was. He's not going to pin it on the wide receiver. No. Shavers out there trying to make a play. It's the kind of thing that happens. It's just one of those kind of plays. No, did he look as comfortable? No. Matt Barkley came out and looked like a guy who's been in this offense for a long time and moved the ball and did all those things well. So I would say settle down, I think, because I know a lot of people they always get worried. They always get worried about who the backup's going to be. I think Kyle Allen struggled, but I think he'll be fine.
2 things. Kyle Allen said after the game, like, today was an important step for him. He's like, look, there were moments that weren't perfect, but at the same point, he was able to kind of operate live reps, see how everything felt. And then even Matt Barkley said after the game for him, he's like, yeah, I've had so much time in this offense. It's just easier because I know. So that's something that I agree with you. I think while there were moments of like, ooh, don't love that, I think at the same point there's those growing pains. And for a guy like Kyle Allen, he's adapting, he's learning on the fly, and I think you're going to see a lot more, hopefully, development heading into game number 2.
And Kyle Allen did not get the benefit.
Preseason game number 2.
Yes, he did not get the benefit of the new play caller. Yeah. I thought the offense really changed in the second half when that Josh Allen kid started. He's calling plays now, the quarterback.
So he called the touchdown.
Yeah, I guess they were talking on the sidelines, he and Barkley, and they had this idea, and he threw the ball to Shavers. I think it was the one to Shavers, or was the one to Pat. I mean, Josh is over there saying, we'll get ready for this play, and they're letting him have a little bit of fun, and it worked out. You know, of course, Josh calls a play. It ends up being a touchdown, right?
Of course. Yeah. Everything he touches turns to gold.
Yeah.
You could tell he was chomping at the bit. I felt like today, but
no doubt about it.
But yeah, Matt Barkley looked pretty good. Kyle Allen, room for improvement.
I was kind of looking forward to seeing some Dalton Kincaid today.
Yeah.
Very, very limited. Came out and they were running the ball a lot. It was the James Cook show early. James Cook looked good in the brief time there. Caught a ball, made a nice run on the outside for the touchdown. But I was looking forward to that. They didn't throw. He didn't get a ball, neither did Knox.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact snap count for Kincaid. It was low. He didn't play a ton.
Yeah, no, he was definitely in the baseball cap quite
What'd you
early
think?
on.
Did you make anything about O'Cyrus Torrence starting the game?
Honestly, I didn't really. I felt like I was surprised by it a little bit, just because I expected it to be Ryan Bates, just because I think we talk about that talent and then that trust factor from Sean McDermott and what he needs to see. But I don't think it was a good enough look in terms of what we did see.
But I also would say this. They weren't going to play Mitch very much, and Bates went in as the center, so they had the snaps set up that way. I'm not sure if it'd be different next week. It is a competition. But I want to see Torrence play. I want to see him. I'm sure the coaches do too. They haven't seen him in game reps, live reps and all. I thought the offensive line played fine.
Yeah.
Barkley did take some shots with the backups in the game.
At one point he was like, I'm okay. I still have my head and my knees.
Let's talk a little bit about the pass catchers though. Man, Khalil Shakir made a really nice catch. Then he made another really nice catch.
I feel like I mushed him by accident. I said on the sidelines, I was like, wow, Khalil's having a really nice day. Then the next pass, the drop. And I feel like that's kind of indicative of what we've seen from Shakir. Like, I feel like he has these moments where you're just like, this kid's got it, all these things. And then a moment like that where you're like, is that a, lapse in concentration? What is that? But I know... it was frustrating because I felt like he was stringing together some really nice catches.
I would say it probably is a lapse in concentration. He's got great hands. He has great footwork. His fundamentals are outstanding. And the ball's right in his hands.
Yeah.
I mean, the catch he made over the middle, he took a shot too.
Yeah, he did.
Really impressive. And then on the sidelines, another one that he pulled in. Got to make those though. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to be sure-handed on the easy ones. It's great to make the big catches, which he did, but you got to be sure-handed. And I think that's the kind of thing that's holding him back just a little bit.
Sometimes it's kind of reminiscent to me of Dawson Knox early on in his career, where he would make these spectacular catches, and then kind of the more rudimentary ones you would see him struggle with. So rudimentary. Wow.
That's 4 syllables.
Wow. Can't spell it at all. Not at all. Also, I apologize because the sun is kind of coming in and out right now. So there's that. But yeah, there's something like that I kind of see with Shakir, where you see all the talent, all those things, but some of those issues, you're like, it's upsetting to see.
Now, corner 2, so
Yes.
CB2, as people like to say all the time. So it starts out with Dane. He gets a pick.
Yeah.
It was a terrible throw by Richardson.
It was bad.
Yeah, he just sort of chucked it. But he was there, made the play. And then we got to see Khair come in.
Yep.
He got a penalty. Handsy.
Can you believe it?
Yeah.
I was watching him that play too, and I was like, there it is. Like
Yeah.
I was like, I know what's happening. I know what's about to happen. And I gotta say, I was in the comments in one of our videos, and someone was saying like, you know what, you need Khair to be that aggressive during practice. And I understand there's a fine line between being very aggressive and being penalized, and I feel like Khair is more so in the penalized portion of that. But that being said, in terms of practicing, there's a reason why Stephon Diggs got so mad, because there's moments like that where you take it to that level of aggressiveness that can lead to injury. So I understand why there's that fine line, but I can understand why the Bills are frustrated at some points with that aggressiveness, because it becomes penalized. It becomes a situation where in practice it can be concerning, but out here on the field, that's tough.
Yeah,
You're backing up yet again.
Look, there is nothing like playing corner in this league.
Yeah.
It's so tough. And I was seeing some people who really know what they're talking about technique, talking about standing your ground. And sometimes it's funny, he's aggressive, but I think it gets him in trouble. I bet you if you got the honest moment out of Sean McDermott about it, he would just harp on technique for Khair. He's physically talented enough. He really is. And I do like the aggressiveness in terms of a mindset, but it's a penalty. And by the way, Christian Benford, who we love seeing out there, didn't want to get Khair too far away in that way, so he got himself a penalty in the secondary. They both got one today.
To me, it's very much like Dane and then Christian and then Khair. Like in terms of Dane, and then they're both kind of underneath. And I say that because we talk about that trust factor. I think that Dane has that. The talent obviously is with the other two guys more so, but trust is huge in this Sean McDermott defense, which Damar Hamlin talked about today. Really cool for him. You know, his first time back on the field playing and against another team this afternoon. Oh my God, it looks like we're on the center of the sun.
Yeah.
Sorry. But he talked about the first couple plays back, Sean McDermott calling the blitz for him and like kind of helping to get rid of maybe some of those nerves. And he said, I love Sean McDermott as a defensive coordinator. I love the way he coaches this team.
Yeah, no, he's aggressive. And it's not always a blitz. I saw some people say he's blitzing. It's an aggressive mindset, and it is. But there are ways to be an aggressive defensive coordinator that don't involve blitzing.
Correct, yeah.
It's the coverages themselves and how much pressure you put on at the line of scrimmage, and if you're going to bring somebody up into the box at different times. So there's different ways they do that. But that is really a Sean McDermott mindset. We know it is, that growth mindset, the aggressive mindset. By the way, the other guy I had an eye on today, and I don't know if the people were thinking of it as much, I want to see Micah Hyde make a couple tackles early. He's on the field. You know, he hasn't played in a game.
You know what? I haven't really thought of that as much.
Since the neck injury. I mean, he almost was ready to come back at the end of the year. So he was, but he hadn't played. And he did today. I watched him with a few of the plays. They didn't play a ton of snaps, but to get them out there, made a couple of plays, a couple of tackles. Hey, you mentioned, I mean, Damar made 3 plays, including a 4th down play.
Yeah.
So he went out there. You know, it's funny. We keep asking him these questions. We're in the postgame, and I get it. It is really interesting to see how he responds. The funny thing is when you talk to his teammates, they're always like, he just looks like Damar. He's out there playing.
Yeah.
They see him in practice every day. So it is a bit of a milestone in him to make those plays, but it's football now.
Yep.
Now it's the rest of the preseason and into the regular season. So I think he's been He just looked like Damar, the football player.
Yeah, he talked about it's another milestone. I'm chopping away at that tree. Like, yeah, I feel like to him it was. He said he's like, I'm always gonna have those nerves and that in the back of his mind. But he's like, you can't play timid in this league, which
No.
1,000% agreed with.
Couple of other things I noticed. I saw Ed Oliver and Matt Milano get good pressure.
Yeah.
One time, Ed was offsides by about 12 feet on one play. Milano looked like Milano. That's never a concern. Thought Tim Settle really flashed.
Yeah.
Made a couple of nice plays. Boogie got a sack, and Boogie's had some good plays towards the end of camp.
He has.
But Settle made that play, too, to set him up. So that was good to see. But again, it's circumstances in these preseason games. It's good to see that, and it's good to see players flash in that way. But some of it does come around the different circumstances that happen in a game, and you can't get you can't look too much into it, but better to see positives than negatives when it comes to that.
It's not always an indicator of output, but still it's good to see that. Also, I think Boogie Basham must have watched our Buffalo Plus video as him being one of the guys to watch because I feel like he really has. We've seen him a lot more kind of showing up, and today was another example of that. Sorry, I think I swallowed a bug. Anything else?
No, I'm looking forward to. Go ahead.
Isabella.
Yeah.
Andy Isabella. It's funny. I was watching just him. I mean, he made a couple nice. Look, I don't know if there's a spot for him on this roster. There probably isn't. But I've just seen some really nice catches from him this preseason, and it was funny just watching kind of the team's reactions to one of his catches. Everyone's kind of like, "Look at that guy!" Like, oh my God. Again,
I tell you what, he's the guy. I think Deontay Hardy refers to him as the tall guy.
Oh, that's messed up. That's messed up.
No, I'm looking forward to next week to see. Josh, if he's going to play, I think it's next week in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I agree.
Limited. I keep saying
A series.
Sean, if you're listening to me, don't play him.
Sean was wearing, do you see the glasses he was wearing?
No.
I don't think they must not have done like a cutaway of it. Maybe I'll post a picture. They were cool. I like them.
And you had a nice little interaction with Stephon Diggs on the sidelines.
Yes, yeah, I posted on my Twitter. Just I liked his sunglasses.
You media people.
Yeah.
Always getting in the way.
I hate being lumped in with everyone. But no, he had on the really cool like teeny sunglasses.
Yeah.
How ridiculous would we look in those?
He looks good in everything he does.
Matt Barkley had the perfect Mike Catalana soundbite today.
Oh, yeah. What did he say? He says,
I've been in this. Oh, it was like,
I've been doing this for a long time.
Oh, no, it was about Latavius Murray. I'm sorry. It was Kyle Allen on Latavius Murray.
And he said, he's been doing this a long time. He knows what he can do and he can't do.
Yeah.
That is me.
Yeah. Can't do camera, can do usually everything else.
Yeah. Can't do camera.
Can't do camera. Neither can Dan on my camera.
Wow, Dan took a shot right at the end.
No, I love Dan.
T-minus several days. What are we like? T-minus 4 days to Dan's return.
Yes, yeah. He's probably watching this right now.
He's back.
We should do the graphic of like Michael Jordan. He's back. I'm back.
Next week he's back. Yes.
Okay. Anything else from today? I'm trying to think.
I don't think so. Again, don't read too much in it. They got to win, so that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, they always like to do that. Tough day for the kickers, both teams, you know.
Oh, yeah, especially the Colts.
Yeah, it was rough. But honestly, we got through the game with no weather issues, so that was a plus.
Tommy Doyle did leave the game, did not return with an injury.
Boy, he got hit in the back of the legs. It's always kind of scary.
Yeah. In terms of other injuries, I did see Terrell Bernard on the sidelines. Obviously, he's dealing with a hamstring injury. That's definitely going to be something to monitor in terms of that competition between him and Tyrell Dodson. But in terms of other injuries, nothing really comes to mind.
No, I think they were in pretty good shape. Again, we'll hear a little bit more, and we'll update you as soon as we hear anything.
Yeah. All right. For Mike.
What?
I don't know. I'm Jenna. Dan's at home. I have had a cookie all day. Oh no, I had an egg McMuffin too.
Yes. Yeah.
It was not that good, but we already knew that.
Yeah. She came up to the press box today.
I did. Oh, actually, yeah. I got a good video of Mike
Yeah, I got a good video of Jenna,
hitting up
too.
the buffet line. Actually,
That's
that's
it.
true. Wait, I had pancakes and sausage too. All right, whatever.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. For Mike and Dan, who's at home, I'm
there's the
Jenna.
win.
Oh my gosh. All right, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. All right, bye guys. Oh my gosh.